What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Show might hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave your comments, subscribe to Indiana Fever Unfiltered, subscribe to Come On Now, the podcast. I greatly appreciate it, and I thank y'all for the huge support of the channel. Jump on board the membership train. It's $4.99 a month for the silver membership. If you get a silver membership, I will send you a Rudy's Rant T-shirt. All you gotta do is get that $4.99 membership. Send me an email. Info at Come On Now and Come On Now podcast. Info at Come On Now podcast, and let me know your YouTube name and let me know your size, and send me your address, and I will send you a Rudy's Rant T-shirt. I ask that you keep the membership and don't just cancel it after, after you get the T-shirt, because I am going to be putting a lot of member content out there. Doing behind the scenes stuff. There'll be stuff that's just content related. Some that's behind the scenes of just my life as well. So know what I'm doing. But beyond that, we will be hitting other content that we don't do. And I want to grow a members-only content. So I need members to do it. You know what I mean? So, and all of the Sunday Night Heats are members content as it is with myself and Ben Daniel. So that does support that venture. So I do appreciate that. But you will get a T-shirt. And so if you do that, let me know. And I appreciate y'all in advance. But tonight, Caitlin Clark went 0 dark 30. If that even makes any sense. She went Dominic Toretto in this one. She went John Cena. You can't see me. She went all of that. And she went full Ric Flair on top of that, because her mouth was going. She was bumping them gums, man. She was bumping them gums. And once you got to bumping them gums at the opponent and stop bumping them gums at the referees, which she's bumping too damn much still, in my opinion, still bumping them gums at the referees, talking too much to referees, complaining about fouls not called, complaining about fouls called. I mean, it's just like there's nonstop complaining. So, but when she shifted her attention to the other team, to the Valkyries, it flipped a switch for the Indiana Fever, where they also went. I now call it the fuck it Caitlin offense. When Caitlin says fuck it, it's my offense. You see a difference. That first half was an abomination. 37 points. They couldn't. They were searching for threes. They weren't attacking the rim. They weren't being aggressive, none of that stuff. And then second half, a lot more aggressive, a lot more engaged, a lot more energy, a lot more emotion. And all that, I believe all that emotion came from Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's attitude changed the emotion of the team. And that was a real big thing to see tonight. She finishes the game with 22 points, 7 of 15, 4 of 9 from 3, 9 assists, 2 rebounds. She did finish with 6 turnovers, but the turnovers were weird because she had one called on a flagrant foul on a screen that I don't know how you call it a flagrant foul. And then she had another turnover and a pass. She has to clean up some of that crap, because at one point she had 7 assists and 2 turnovers. At one point she was at 18 points, 7 assists, 2 turnovers. And I was like, this is a real solid game. She played a good game regardless. She played a real good game regardless. But those turnovers at late in the game, you got to keep those out of the game. And I think at times, she got to do what she wants to do. She pushed the ball up the floor. She was chucking it down the floor, trying to create easy buckets for her teammates. First half, though, brutal. The first half was brutal by the team. I mean, it was like they were running that ridiculous Stephanie White offense where everything takes forever. Everything's off of this hub of Aaliyah Boston or this hub of Maisha Hines-Allen, where they're doing dribble handoffs and they're getting nothing. Yet Caitlin Clark still had 10 points and 5 rebounds at halftime. I'm sorry, 10 points and 5 assists at halftime. And they're down 44-37. So you're basically she was reason for at least 20 points of the 37 points at the half. That's how good she was. Now, a lot of fouls in this game. Is very, very chippy. Golden State's a very, very good defensive team. I mean, I said what I said about them. They're very good defensively. I'll tell you right now, Caitlin Clark doesn't play today. This team loses by 15, 20 points. She was that much of a factor. Like, she was huge. So now you can consider 22 points, 9 assists. That's at least 40 points of the offense. Probably more, because, I mean, I'm sure there were some where there were fouls on missed shots, and those free throws don't get counted to her, and they don't get an assist on it. And some of them might have been threes. So, she contributed at least 40 points of offense to this offense out of 92. That's like 45% of the offense. So when she's out there, she's a difference maker. I mean, I think we all know that by now. And when she's out there and she decides to play the fuck it Caitlin offense and get away from that Stephanie White dog shit offense, you see a difference. The tempo increases, the tempo improves, the tempo pushes, and they're attacking, they're more aggressive. And then on top of that, she hits that 35-footer and then starts yakking at Tiffany Hayes, which was so awesome to see. Maisha Hines gets in between to protect her star, which is a good thing to see. But she starts yakking her and Tiffany Hayes yakking back. I love that shit. That's awesome. I love it. That's awesome. But that 35-footer that sparked the whole crowd, it was 48-48 at that point. From that point on, the Fever pretty much took control of the game. And there was some back and forth where it was 1 point here, 1 point there. But the Fever led by 5 going into the break to the end of the third quarter. And they never trailed after that. Took control of the game and pretty much won the game without any issue. It was never really close to me in the fourth quarter. She had another big 33, 34-footer as well from three. Again, these were shots that she took that were catch and shoot shots or running into the shot. Every time she took a step back jump shot, step back three, it didn't go in. But when she caught was catch and shoot or run in and shoot, there's a difference in the power, the momentum, the what's the word? The feel. Oh God, I forgot what the word. Why I forgot? Why did I forget what word I'm thinking of right here? Shoot, I forgot what the word I was looking for. But that feel that you have when you're coming into a shot rather than when you're fading away from a shot, and there's a difference. And because there's a power level, there's a strength level, there's a base level, and I thought she did a great job. Fourth quarter, Aaliyah Boston had 7 points, 6 rebounds. She really had a good fourth quarter. She finished with 20 and 16. That's a big game for Aaliyah Boston. You got 11 off the bench from Sophie Cunningham. You end up getting 19 out of Kelsey Mitchell, but she was only 4 of 10. She again another game where she doesn't grab a rebound, but she got 11. She was 11 for 11 from the free throw line. And then finally, you got Raven Johnson had a few big plays in the fourth quarter. I thought that was really big for her confidence. I'd like to see her play more. I keep saying it. I want to see her play more. I want to see her play more at point. I'm not a fan of seeing her parked in the corner for threes. I don't like that. It's not her game. She needs to play point realistically, but that's another thing for another day. Stephanie White found a way to put in Grace Van Sluten, who showed up today and played 2 minutes. And when she was out there, they were -2. She did nothing. And I don't understand it. I've never seen that before in any professional sport where a player shows up that morning, let alone a player who was drafted 14 spots behind one of your players that's already on your roster from this year as a rookie. And then you put her in the game. I don't get that. It doesn't jive with me well. I don't like it. It's weird. And I don't care if her parents drove down to see this game. From what I've been told, I don't care. This is not recreation basketball. This is pro basketball. So I'm not feeling that. I don't like it. It doesn't make sense. It's illogical, in fact, because this is a pro sport. And most times when players in the NBA come on to teams and they show up that day, they don't typically play. They're usually in street clothes, even if it's the day before, or 2 days before. They don't typically play that first game because they haven't gotten used to their team. They don't know their team yet. So I don't know how a rookie can show up and play 2 minutes, and that's in the first half, no less. That made no sense. I don't like the rotations. I still don't like 11 players playing. You have a 12-man roster. This isn't rec sports. Your rotation should be 8, 9 players. When you're playing 10, that's because someone got into foul trouble. Typically, you don't play with 8, 9 players. This 10 player, 11 players playing, and Damaris Dantas doesn't play. So what does that mean for her? Now she's out of the rotation. She's no longer Aaliyah Boston's backup center. This is the problem with this team. These are the issues that exist. It's like you don't know what's what from game to game. But that said, the Fever get a big win, 90-82 over the Valkyries, a game I really thought they were going to lose. I mean, I keep it real. I thought they were going to lose, and if Caitlin hadn't played, they would have lost. Because I didn't expect her to play, to be honest. I thought she'd sit out. Even with her there, I thought it'd be a tough game, and it was a tough game. But without her, they would have lost this game by 15, 20 points. Golden State's a good team, very good defense. Second half was a little different. I think the second night of the back-to-back did have an impact on the Valkyries in the second half. First half, they were humming, they were doing well. Second half, they started missing a lot of easy bunnies around the rim. They were missing layups. So I don't think it was anything that the Fever did defensively that really did anything to the Valkyries. I think they just started missing bunnies. And again, that's women's basketball. Lots of layups get missed. So it ended up being that they shot 37%, which is basically 2% percentage points worse than their regular game. The Fever in the first half were brutal from three-point range, but then seemed to turn it on in the second half, shot the ball a lot better from three-point range. Caitlin had been going 4 for 9 from three. They finished with 10 three-pointers in the game, about 38% from three-point range. But I did think the Valkyries' legs got a little tired. These two teams play each other again next week. I think it's next Thursday in San Francisco. That's the Fever's next game. So they're going to have plenty of rest time, plenty of chance to practice. Caitlin Clark was still rocking the back brace. That's not going to change. I don't think that's ever going to change. It seems like, at least for this season, I pray it can change in the future, but I don't know. I don't know at this point. But that's all I got. Caitlin Clark went 0 dark 30, man. She freaking went hardcore in-your-face basketball. She went dark side, as Ben Nail called it, dark side stuff. I liked it. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe to both channels. This is, and hype the video, man. Hype the video. Hype. This is Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.